What the hell is that, Tom? That is a great question. A great question. So, I've done a full video on it, and then time happened and we never released the video. So, in a minute, I'll show you everything that happened in real quick. It's called a vent tube. It's from Galebreaker. Galebreaker, you normally kind of class between two, for me, between two steels, and it takes away the draft, but it brings ventilation in. And then they do these. They're called a ventilation sock. Very, very interesting. And this is how we put it up. I'll show you what we did last year in February. It was this. So today, what we've got a company called Galebreaker. Galebreaker here. And what happens in this shed, it's a bit of a nightmare. November time, maybe a bit before it, I had the worst, maybe January, the worst experience I've ever had with calves in here. We have animals around this side, so they are 6 months old, and in the space of 48 hours, I had 3 that passed. 3 that died, and it was absolutely terrible. We bed up like this. This is how we bed up. Like good bedding, mucked out. They get bedded up 3 times a week. They get mucked out twice a week, Monday and Friday, making your jobs easy on the weekend. And it was absolutely terrible. I think it was January. It was terrible. So I spoke to my mate Stuart from Return It. I was like, what can I do to this shed? And he was like, the best thing's probably Galebreaker. Apparently, a good calf shed, the best thing to do is what we're doing today. It's called a wind tunnel. We're putting a wind tunnel in here because we have the space there to do school tours. I have to move around. So we're going to put a sock in this, and I'll show you what his sock is as we go. The team are here, they're getting ready, they're just getting harnessed up, tied up. We've got this here as well, and I'll show you what it is. Pretty cool, and it's great how it works. I'll show you how that into. So, we've made a bit of a hole. What the guys have done, they've just made a perfectly round hole there. And then what's going to happen is that's going to go into here. There's a box to go around the fan, and the fan blows a tube, and I think it's called tube at sock. So James came from Galebreaker when I had the bad time. I was just like, someone needs to come sort this out. I need to help this shed. It's not purpose-built calf shed, so you sort it out. The holes in the roof will not help. I think I put every single hole in this roof. I don't think that is wrong. James measured the building, how many calves we've got, and what will happen to the air. So what happens with air with calves is when pneumonia, they don't have enough stacking effect. These guys might, so they don't have enough hot air to push the dirty air, that's called dirty air, out and the fresh air in. So what this sock is going to do, it's like a tube, and it has a fan down it. It blows air down the holes, and there's a certain amount of holes and the size of holes. It's all worked out. It's a bit like Stuart from Return. It's all figured out, and it will blow down. It has an end. It will blow through the holes, and it will blow fresh air in, which will push the bad air out. Is the idea. So that's what's going on today. There's the hole. There's the case, and then that there is a sock, which we'll have a look when we get going. Oh, where? There we go. Oh, no, yeah. So that's where the fresh air is going to be, and the fresh air is going to draw from the fan, and the fan will blow through the thing. Moving up in the up. This is the fan. Look how cool that is. So I'll suck the air, blow it that way. So, how are we moving on? The boys have been cracking away whilst I've been in lunch. Apple Tom, you can tell when I'm on a health cake when I'm eating apple. When it's a cookie, I'm not. Woods are down, fan is up. So that's where the sock's gonna go. And it's gonna blow it through. Not been as easy today. It probably should have been. But hey ho, we're here now. So this is it, the sock. What is interesting is, I thought the sock was made out of like a material, like a cotton. But it's actually made out of like a plasticky material. So you'll see there's different hole sizes. You'll see bigger holes at the top, smaller holes at the bottom, and this is what's really, really important. You can measure it out, and it doesn't have an end there. It doesn't have an end, does it? Stop.
It blocks that end, and that end gets attached to the fan, and then the cold air comes through.
Just keep pushing it through, and it just goes through those holes.
Yes.
And then pushes it through. And then that's it really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sock on, fan goes.
Yeah, you can get them different speeds, but obviously you only got one speed on this one.
So this is what it looks like, not blown up. In 3, 2, 1. There we go. All produced by, I hate heights. Like Jack's gonna laugh at this. All produced by Galebreaker, which is very cool. The guys are done today. Day and a half in. Happy with that. Had a really bad January. I think a few people did. So it snowed, the snow thawed out, and it just dripped all on the calves. I had 4 calves in a week die of pneumonia. It was up there with one of the worst farming weeks or day of my life. I had 2 in one day. I was absolutely devastated. And the stock, you know, it was just pulling them out. Oh, they were getting jabbed up. We jabbed everything up with Alamycin. And then the ones that were sick before the Alamycin, we jabbed up straight away, dead the day after. It was terrible, it was horrendous. I was so mad. And we had an absolute blitz. Kieran, CG Farming, was an absolute star that day. I just said, need a hand. I want to get this mucked out. We had 2 tractors and trailers, 2 telehandlers, and we mucked it out. A big thanks to Kieran, a godsend. And then I spoke to Galebreaker, and I was like, I need something in. So we put this in, and it's a ventilation sock. So what happens is, it pushes the bad air out. So we'll get it put in. What I'll do, get the calves in. I'm going to show you what happens to the air, and I'll show you what happens with this. It's really, really cool. The way it goes, yeah, we'll have it plumbed in again, and just try and get the air out. But I've got to go quick because he's going to be in my way. Right, let's get these calves moved, get done. Fingers crossed, we have no pneumonia in this pen, and hopefully I might only be having them until January, because I might muck them out and put them in different somewhere. I'm definitely not grazing them, tell you that for nothing. Right, let's get them moved. It just goes to there. I just don't want anything going there. Those grids with these little hooves, it's not worth it. There we go, 40 bang on. I feel like they've got loads of room. So you can see all this dust coming up from the straw. So that like lingers. I don't know if you can see that. It's like lingering. So I'll just move everything around, and then we will put the machine on. So I didn't feed them this morning where we normally feed them, just because I wanted to do this, stand there and eat. That's quite good. I knew they'd run around, but they're just next to the cows, which I'm not too happy with. Can't do anything about it, but that's what I wanted to see. We might have to put a ratchet strap there, and I don't know if we're just going to do silage or just do this. Oh, do you see that? That was class. Loving life. Nice big pen for him. Bit of pneumonia in here. It's a good one. Yeah, so there's 40 in here. We took the 5 out though, didn't we? So, look at that, that is ideal. So, a reason why we didn't feed them this morning, just it calms them down. He says. Right, I just need to move the thing because I've got the cake coming from Massey's, and then we'll put the sock on. So out of those 40 I've just moved, I've kept 5 back because they were a bit smaller and didn't want to push them too hard. And then we've got these that can get moved as well. Maybe. So over the road to JCB. Let's try and find a level. Can't find it. Oh, the next job we have to do is put my sock on, which is cool. And I'll show you how it works. Here. That's better. Right, 3, 2, 1.
5 minutes later.
There we go. Sock is on, which is good. That will just blow out all the bad air. So what it does is it forces all the bad air to go, and all through them holes. It like they've measured this shed and seen how big of holes we need and how much air we need to push out. So it should work. It's just moving all the air, so all the stagnant air doesn't stay. The only problem is the stagnated there, but it will push fresh air out, which is good. Right, we'll leave them to it. They seem pretty happy. I'll feed them in the morning when it gets to the end. Love you, bye. And it's working really, really well. The calves are doing fantastically. We've not had an ounce of pneumonia yet. Touch wood, where's wood? Oh my God, there's got to be some wood around here. God, that was hard work. Yeah, sorry about the glare of the thing, it's just the way the lights are. But yeah, not had an ounce of pneumonia. Calves are doing well. You just come in, you bed it up. And the sock's done a really good job, to be fair. Has it been all the sock? Probably. We have had a damp past month. We have been in for a month now. I think it's great. It's got a bit mucky because we blow the straw in. I'll show you in like a day in the life videos, which I'll probably do in January and stuff. Calves are doing well. They actually itch on the pole, so it works out quite well as well. I'm going to change this to that idea. Maybe just putting the feelers out there. Just bring the general public, let you guys come have a look. Anyway, I don't know if it'll work or not. I'm getting drawn up. But yeah, calves are happy. I'm happy. Just, we've recovered from the worst. Oh, such a bad 48 hours when we did that. It was terrible. But yeah, they're really doing well. They're still on some TMR, so we feed them TMR until they get bigger, and then I back them off and then put them on silage and the Selco, and then on that middle age from 12 to 15 months old, I just put them on silage. Even older actually, 12 to the beefers get some barley at 16 months old, and then the dairy heifers stay on silage, and my dairy heifers now are quite conditioned with bulling heifers, so I'm not too worried about them at all. Yeah, a good pen of stock. Really, really happy in there. I'm happy with them. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get your TP merch at Tom Pem-Farm Life or the branding line. You can check that out. Someone's ringing me, so better go. Love you, bye.